Good morning, Facebook family. I usually do Tuesday evening Zoom about a specific topic, but I have a prior engagement at that same time frame. So I was walking and thinking, and I said, let me just go live and talk to the people because I was trying to make it to this Aquafit class. Apparently, the class wasn't meant for me because everything that was going to go wrong did go wrong. So that's out of the question. But right now, it's defining my day because I'm not feeling as great as I thought I was feeling when I was trying to get to the class. But what I wanted to talk about is I want to say relationships, whether it's a friendship, a marriage, a partnership, or whatever the case may be. People are together for a short period of time, long periods of time, but when you're together for a long period of time, I feel like it's necessary to, I think on a year-to-year basis, take a minute and reevaluate that relationship, because people just be in situations because they are content. They're not actually happy with themselves, and the misconception is that people are looking for people to complete them, which is not the case. You should look for somebody who's going to compliment you. You should be a whole person when going into a whole situation. And if you're not a whole person, then you become needy and dependent on someone to make you happy, when your happiness is your priority. Someone is just supposed to compliment your happiness and not expect you to make them happy, or you to expect, or them to expect you to make them happy. So through a lot of trials, tribulations, I've come to this understanding. And when people are miserable within themselves, they tend to want to make other people miserable. So, like the saying said, misery loves company. It really does, and it's very toxic. And people, when they don't have nothing going on for themselves, and they're watching you be great and be all that you can be, there's a jealousy that takes place. And sometimes that jealousy is a natural feeling, but sometimes that jealousy becomes too much and the person starts to resent you. But it doesn't have nothing to do with you. It has to do with what they got going on internally within themselves. I had an emergency therapy session yesterday because I needed it so much, because I'm going through a lot. I'm not going to discuss all of that here, but I'm going through a lot, and my mental is not doing well because of it. So I had to have an emergency therapy session, and speaking in that moment, it clarified a lot of things for me, and it's helping me to be better. It's helping me to grow more and grow better. And I have to realize that I can't take things personally. People going through their own stuff, and they usually lash out, or they try to put that on you when it has nothing to do with you. It has only to do with what they got going on. So I say all this to say, don't be in situations that no longer serve you, or is no longer, I don't want to say beneficial, but if it's no longer good for your mental or your emotional state, then why still be a part of something that's not going to do good for you? Because everything starts with you. You have to be great in order to function from day to day. So if you're not great, how are you walking through life? It's like we walking as zombies. People say everybody dies but not everybody lives. Like, that's a big thing. Like, people be like, oh well, I woke up and I breathe the air, so I'm alive. But are you living? Are you reaching your full potential? Are you doing things that you love? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of your mental? Like, what are you doing for you? We easy to do for other people. We easy to pour into other people. But what are we doing for ourselves? Like, that's why I'm so big on self-care and self-love and self-awareness, because what are we doing for ourselves? We do so much for these spouses, these kids, these friends, and when you look at it, you're like, well, what are these people pouring into you? People say, oh, you don't do things to get something in return. I understand that wholeheartedly. I do a whole lot of stuff I don't look for in return. But my thing is, people take advantage. People are selfish. People want what they want, and then they don't care to, when you're going through or whatever the case may be, to want to be that same type of friend to you that you were to them. Because well, I don't know how to be that, or whatever the case may be. But you knew how to accept it when it was given to you. So if anything, you should be giving back that similar thing, because you've seen that, you've accepted it. So people have a lot of excuses on why they can or why they do or whatever the case may be. But I'm starting to reevaluate a lot of things and a lot of people in my life currently. And sometimes you gotta cut off dead weight, because sometimes the weight you lose is not the weight on your body. You have to start looking around. You gotta start looking around. And sometimes we think it's us while we're in depression or while we're sad, but sometimes it's the energy that we keep around us. And energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred. So we are taking on other people's negativity and other people's bad energy and auras and things of that nature, and it's not good. I'm glad I got through this talk without crying, because when I first got on, I felt like I was going to cry, which is okay to cry, because it's your body cleansing itself. So that's my message for the day. Hopefully you take something positive from it and it helps you along the way. If not, that's okay too. Until next time, be well.